Hi, I'm Amy. I was born in Wales and I'm a teacher. This is Alex. He was born in Ukraine and he's a doctor. In 2024, we decided to take our careers on the road. We're spending the year traveling full-time and working remotely. Feel free to follow along each week as we move from country to country and give you our travel tips for each place. This week, we're in Tokyo, which is the third stop in our Japan series. We visited the Tokyo Tower, Skytree, Sensō-ji Temple, Shinjuku National Garden, and so much more. As always, we also checked out some of the best desserts Tokyo has to offer. We took a bullet train from Kyoto, which took about 2 hours. You can pay extra for a reserved seat, but we didn't mind being apart, so we opted for the non-reserved train car, which was roughly $80 per person. We immediately went out to get fluffy Japanese pancakes for our first meal. These were ricotta ones from Musashino Mori Diner and were phenomenal.
That's milk. How do I for scale?
Perfect.
We walked around the park before walking home and getting an early night ready for day 2. We were staying about 15 minutes from this park, so we walked through it almost every day.
Think it's a party?
No. It's a great place to escape the sky rises and government buildings surrounding it, and there were waterfalls, areas for kids to play, lots of dogs being walked, and even turtles out sunbathing. There's also a shrine and mini museum right off the path of the park that we got to walk around. Now, Alex loves his cold brew coffee, so we found a place that has it right in between the park and where we were staying. We actually became friends with this barista here and saw him out and about around the city the rest of the week, and he would get excited and say hi to us each time, which was so incredibly sweet. Then we stumbled upon a crepe stand on the side of the road with the most sweet and savory options I have ever seen. I got strawberry cheesecake and it was okay and I enjoyed it, but it wasn't the best. I would maybe opt for a savory one next time and see if it was any better. As always, we went home and took a nap before coming back out to the park for an evening stroll. Alex read that we are able to go to the top of this building.
Metropolitan Tokyo Government Building.
Apparently it's free to go up, so we're gonna try going up it. It has great views of Tokyo.
It's a little cloudy, so the views we'll see, but everything's lit up, which is nice. So we'll see how that looks.
We'll see if they let us up. We have to find out where to go though. Okay, we were walking into that building and we just saw this incredibly huge, large crowd of people. So we're gonna join the crowd and see what it is they're waiting for. I guess it's this.
Yeah. There's the Eras tour.
Okay, so we watched Godzilla, a brief interlude, and now we're gonna go and try to get up to the observatory. This building on the bottom story seemed closed, but don't worry, they have you wait in line and then bring you up the elevator to the observatory. Arigato. This is completely free and we really loved the views. It was a cloudy day, but we still had great visibility.
Get a stamp, seeing if it'll fit in the letter book, cause it's a big stamp.
If you watched our Osaka and Kyoto videos, you'll know that I've been collecting stamps in my stamp book, and they had a really beautiful one at the top here.
Ta-da!
Hey, not bad.
Yeah, that's pretty
It's just cut off the corner where it says welcome to. Again, all of this is completely free, but there is a gift shop at the top if you wanted to buy souvenirs. The line to get back down the elevator was definitely longer than we waited to get up, But once we got downstairs, we realized the line had got incredibly long since the projection show had ended, and I guess everyone walked over here afterwards. The show is every 30 minutes from 7 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. every night, so keep that in mind if you're taking a trip to the observatory.
I was gonna say, I think I know your answer, and I don't really even want to ask it.
We walked around to find dinner, and I saw so many of the plastic food replicas that I raved about in our Kyoto video. We decided to check out a food hall called Blast, which had a plant-based restaurant inside.
Looks good.
Alex got bibimbap,
Bibimbap.
and I got eggplant, fake fried chicken, which also maybe looks like it's made from eggplant, salad, and whatever that is. Okay, I was wrong. The fried chicken is not made with eggplant. It's made with like a soy. It's very good. The eggplant has like fake ground beef on top. It's also very good. This is potato salad. Amazing. This is regular salad. Also amazing. Alex is also enjoying his bibimbap, but he went to go get some chili oil from inside. After a stop for dessert, we headed home ready for day 3. We ventured out to the Tokyo Imperial Palace, which is the main residence of the Emperor of Japan. The palace is closed on Sunday and Monday, and this was a Monday, so we sadly couldn't go inside, but there is the Kokyo National Garden just outside that is free to walk around and beautiful to look at. Yeah. Up next was the famous Tokyo Tower. At the bottom, there are some cool stands and places to enjoy snacks and drinks. Once you walk inside, you'll have the option to buy tickets to the main deck or the top deck. We chose the main deck since it's a little cheaper and we heard the views are still amazing. You first walk through a mini museum where they have this mystery baseball that was found at the very top of the tower. I looked it up afterwards and I'm just as confused as everyone else, but it was a really cool addition to the experience. It was definitely crowded and we had to wait a little while to get in the elevator, but once you're up there, the crowd definitely felt less dense. There's a gift shop at the main deck where you can buy souvenirs, and there's also a free stamp if you're collecting them like me. And some glass cutouts on the floor where you can see just how high up you're standing. After getting safely back on land, we made our way to the shrine, which was hands down the most beautiful place we went in all of Japan. We have really never seen anything like this. The forest leading up to the shrine felt like something out of a movie. There are 700,000 square meters of forest that encompass the inner and outer gardens, so I feel like you could easily spend half a day here. Some shrine etiquette that we learned while we were here was to bow before entering the main gate and avoid walking through the direct center as that space is considered sacred. Also, there are fountain stations to wash your hands before entering, with signs also suggesting to rinse your mouth. If you're praying, you'll also notice people following the same steps, which are bowing twice, clapping twice, joining their hands in prayer, and then bowing again before leaving. We were told this expresses your joy and respect. Good morning and welcome to another rainy day in Japan. We have a very packed day today, even though it is rainy. We are going to start at
Shibuya.
Station. And I'm trying not to get my phone wet. And I'll tell you the plan as we continue along. Now, as you may already know, Shibuya Crossing is the world's busiest pedestrian crossing with as many as 3,000 people crossing at any time. All lanes of traffic stop so people can cross from any direction all at once. It was definitely crowded, but from the videos I've seen prior to this trip, I would say the heavy rain probably meant less people were out compared to usual. There is a sky deck that you can pay to go up to and observe from up top, but there's also a building with fast food chains and a free second story that directly overlooks the crossing if you want to take a peek from there. Right next to the crossing is the famous Hachiko Memorial statue. If you haven't heard the story of Hachiko, he was an incredibly loyal dog that waited every day at this exact station for his owner, even after he'd passed away.
You want to give him a boop?
Hachiko continued waiting for 10 years before he eventually also passed, and this statue was erected in front of Shibuya Station.
I forgot I was wearing these glasses.
After giving Hachiko some much-deserved love, we headed into the station for some dessert. I got a raspberry white chocolate croissant wheel, and Alex got a pistachio donut. Both were very good. Then Alex said he read a blog about a trendy part of town, and he convinced me to join him.
We're currently at the tea site, which is a shopping complex in the Daiganyama district of Tokyo, which is in the southern part of the city. It has been known to be called the Brooklyn of Tokyo, so we are kind of...
He read one vlogger. One vlogger said this was the Brooklyn of Tokyo, and so he brought us here.
But there's this really cool bookstore that I don't remember the name of, but it also starts with a T. Amy will caption it down below. Hopefully that works. And it's really awesome. There's lots of different, there's a couple different stories to it, no pun intended. And there's a cafe, a little lounge. It's a very rainy day, as you can probably see, but we're enjoying it so far. So we're just gonna keep walking around and chugging along through this rainy day.
We headed back to walk through Shibuya at night, where we ate dinner at IKEA, walked through the rain, bought a cheap suitcase to replace mine that got cracked in Shanghai, and found multiple Star Wars art installations before heading home.
This is cheese ice cream, which if you watched our Kyoto or Osaka?
Osaka.
If you watched our Osaka video, you'll see that I got cheese ice cream there too. I really like cheese and cheesecake. Cheese ice cream, a milk cheesecake slice, and a cheese biscuit.
It was quite the adventure to...
Drop some.
Sad. It was quite the adventure to get this. We had to go to a station, then leave the station, then go back into the station at a different entrance. Thankfully, we didn't have to pay anything extra to find this place, but it does take a little bit of effort. It's a very small stand, slightly inconspicuous, but apparently it's good because Amy's dancing.
Look at that cat.
Oh, cat's gone.
This 3D cat billboard at Shinjuku Station is apparently very popular, and I can see why. I absolutely loved him. Look at him. We stood and watched for a while, and I just couldn't get enough. Apparently the cat is there various times throughout the day, from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., but I read online that sometimes it goes until 1 a.m. Anyway, it was an incredibly realistic cat, and I would highly recommend going to take a look. If you've watched basically any of our other videos, you know that we love any type of garden, but the ones in Japan are just on another level.
Tulips are in full bloom, so are the orchids.
So we thought today would be rainy, but it's actually beautiful, which is great because we have the Botanical Gardens on our agenda today. And by Botanical Gardens, I mean
The Shinjuku Gaion National Gardens.
but it feels like a Botanical Gardens. So I got my ice cream. We saw the cat at Shinjuku Station. I loved that cat. And then we walked here. Now we're gonna start walking around. It costs about $3 US, a little bit more than $3 US to come into the garden.
So we'll let you know if it's worth it, but seems like it's pretty cool.
Daisies.
Only with daisies, daisies. Dancing in the Rain. Mary Poppins.
Two good guesses for someone who knows nothing about musical theater. Number one, it's Singing in the Rain. But they do play with umbrellas in Mary Poppins.
Which Shinjuku gate is back to yeah, so.
Gives me the heebie-jeebies too.
these are roots from these trees.
Looks like they're like reaching out like from the grave. Some of them look like hands.
Yeah. Look how pretty this person is.
Your fingies in it?
No.
Okay. Not only are the gardens beautiful, but every single section of the gardens is like its own land. And I hate to equate everything to Disney because I know what a tired take from us. Each part of the gardens is like, in one moment you're like in a completely covered tree tunnel that's really shady and kind of cold. And then that opens up into like a beautiful, like sunny, what is this place called? Japanese traditional garden. There's the landscape garden, the formal garden, the mother and child woods. The mother and child woods were like overcast and kind of cold, but then the Japanese traditional garden is like completely open and really sunny. So it's just really cool. It's like its own little garden amusement park. I'm amused.
And we're in a park.
And we're in a park. It's very pretty.
There's a tea house inside the gardens where I got some matcha and then we continued walking around.
I mean, that'd be fine.
Past the traditional Japanese gardens was this Taiwanese pavilion, and I got some artistic, artsy shots of Amy, and aren't those adorbs? I was proud of myself, actually, so hopefully you are too.
Okay.
We saw a tulip tree, which we thought was cool because the flowers actually look like tulips, and in case you didn't know, tulips actually don't grow on trees. And then we finished our wandering at the formal garden, which had an abundance of rose beds. On our way out of the gardens, the sun was setting and made for a pretty walk through the forest before we headed home to nap, as always. I then had grand plans to take us to the Tokyo Skytree.
It's Kirby Cafe.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
We made it.
What do we do?
Give up. Go home.
Darn it. This is why you plan ahead.
I did plan ahead. I planned to come here a couple days ago. Didn't realize that you can sell out of tickets.
As you can see, by the time we got there, the tickets had sold out for the day, and this was our last night, so unfortunately, we did not get to go to the top, but there are tons of little shops at the bottom that we got to walk around, and we did explore the lobby, which has a live feed of what it looks like at the top. Amy did take some time watching that and tried to pretend like she was really up there and that I didn't forget to buy tickets in advance.
Okay, so the Skytree was closed, so we got dinner.
It wasn't closed. Tickets were sold out.
Okay, the Skytree had sold out tickets. So we got food at the food court, and now we're walking to a temple.
Sensō-ji temple.
Sensō-ji temple. But we're over a very pretty bridge, and now we have a very good view of the Skytree. So, you know, that's just as cool, maybe? But as Alex pointed out, we did get to see Tokyo at night from up above.
From the municipal government building.
From the government building. And then we also got to see it during the day from above from Tokyo Tower. So I guess like the Skytree wouldn't be that different, although I think it's a lot higher than those two things.
I think it is. Also, it's a clear day today.
That's
So
true,
we
it
haven't
is
been
more
able
clear.
to see more, but that's okay.
I guess we just saved like $20.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is a really pretty walk, and apparently the temple is really pretty at night. The actual temple is closed to go in, but the grounds are supposed to be really nice at night. So we made it to the temple, and I agree. I feel like it's really, really, really nice at night, and the lights are really pretty. We're just gonna walk around. There are these little like stands that are usually open if you come during the day. All of that's closed right now, but the courtyard itself is open until 11 o'clock p.m. So we're gonna continue walking around, and if you haven't already, go back and watch our Osaka and our Kyoto videos. They talk on a lot of things that also are important to know for Tokyo, but I had already talked about them in Osaka and Kyoto, so I didn't mention them in this video. Things like food and like how to ATMs, how to get on to the metro and the bus. Like there are lots of things that I included in those videos that were also helpful if you're coming to Tokyo.
Also, I want to shout out some people who have told me that they watch our videos every week. There's like 5, I think. It's my mom, my sister, my brother-in-law, Melanie from high school, Tina from our neighborhood, Katrina from college, Nikki from college,
Nicole.
and Nicole from residency,
My dad.
and Alex's dad. We have 9. We have 9 weekly watchers.
For sure.
For sure. Maybe we have 10. So thanks, guys. Bye.
This temple is obviously beautiful on camera, but even better in person. It's Tokyo's oldest established temple and is made up of a main hall, a 5-story pagoda, and numerous large gates. We loved that this was our last activity in Tokyo and had so much fun walking around. Before we go, I just want to add some other people that have since told us they've been watching our videos. Our friends Alicia, Cody, Allie, and Nick. And when I said my sister in the video, I meant all of them. So thank you to anyone who takes the time to keep up with us in our travels. It really helps us feel less alone on this adventure, knowing that our friends get to explore with us in a way. So thank you for watching, and we hope you'll subscribe and continue to follow along. I have a hair in my mouth, and I can't get it out because one hand's holding the umbrella and the other one's holding the phone. Let's go away from everybody. Cause I didn't bring my mic, so I don't know if anyone's gonna hear me. If we're in a crowd of people.
Lots of different types of flowers, including hydrangeas, orchids, rosés, stuff like that.